A triple play of tunes here on 919. Lucas Graham, 7 years. We also had some Mark Ronson featuring Bruno Mars before that, Uptown Funk, and we kicked everything off with Ed Sheeran's Bad Habits. A very good morning. Welcome to the Friday edition of the Big Brunch with Byron. We are live on 919 and we're introducing something brand new to the show today. It is called Football Fever. And it is basically to deal with everything that's coming on the weekend in terms of football. We're going to bring you the latest betting odds, all the fixtures, and what do we think of those particular fixtures from South Africa and also in the Premier League. And to bring in the conversation, I've got my good friend and also sports journalist Sandile Nkosi. Sandile, thank you for coming and for making the time.
Thank you so much for the invite, Byron. Very good morning to all the listeners of 919. It's a pleasure to be here. Football fever.
Yeah, football fever, that's what it's all about. So let's delve straight into it. Of course, there's so much going on this weekend, including we've got MTN 8, you said semi-finals. Tell us what are the fixtures, what we can expect there.
All right, so it is the semi-final, first leg in the MTN 8 Wafa Cup. Of course, it's one of the most popular domestic tournaments that we have in this country. We have two matches that we can look forward to this weekend.
Yeah.
You know? The only thing I don't like about this cup football is that the fixtures, as the tournament progresses, the fixtures just become lesser and lesser and lesser. Well, it's only two fixtures for this coming weekend. Of course, a colossal fixture in the South African football calendar. Kaizer Chiefs up against Mamelodi Sundowns. Now, before the draw was conducted, a lot of Chiefs fans had asked that, we really want to get that Sundowns team. Remember that the first game of the season was, for both teams, was Chiefs versus Sundowns, and Sundowns came out with a 2-1 victory against what I thought was a very much improved Chiefs outfit than the one that we saw last season under Coach Afazwane. The new head coach, Mulifinseki, he's coming with what seems like a different philosophy for Kaizer Chiefs. They made a couple of signings. They have a very good defensive midfielder that they've just signed from Venezuela, Castillo. That guy has numbers. His stats are completely out of this world. He's doing quite the good job for Chiefs, and you know, he has popped in with one or two very, very important goals for Kaizer Chiefs. When you look at Sundowns now, Sundowns, ever since that 2-1 victory over Kaizer Chiefs, they've went on to enjoy 7 consecutive victories in all competitions. It seems that they're just picking up where they left it off last season. Now, there have been a couple of injuries in that Sundowns team. Most notably Peter Shalulile, who has been the leading goal scorer for the past few seasons now. He has definitely been their target man, their go-to man for the goals. He's out. So now coming into this game, one might ask themselves, so who would you favor? Who has the upper hand? Now, according to the odds, you know, I look at the odds a lot. I'm a betting guy.
Right. Me as well.
I love football to that extent that I bet on football. We win some, we lose some.
Yeah.
Right? So, looking at the odds coming into the game between Mamelodi Sundowns and Kaizer Chiefs, it is of course going to be played at the FNB Stadium, what many people refer to as Soccer City, down in Johannesburg. It is expected to be packed out.
It should be.
It should be. It's definitely one of the big games in the South African football calendar. Looking at the two teams now going into the game, looking at the odds definitely favor Mamelodi Sundowns.
Should.
2.18 over 1 for Mamelodi Sundowns, as opposed to 3.18 over 1 for Kaizer Chiefs.
So the odds are still, it's still not that big of a difference between Sundowns and Chiefs. So it means the bookies are basically saying that you could swing any way.
As a football analyst, as a football journalist, as a football fanatic, Kaizer Chiefs, I did say this after that first game. I told a lot of my friends that this team has definitely improved. They come from 2 consecutive victories now. They're on the back of that. So that definitely should be a morale booster for the Naturena Glamour boys coming into this game, as well as the fact that Peter Shalulile is not there. I think Peter Shalulile is what Sundowns really uses to kill Chiefs. He's the guy that kills Chiefs time and time again. So going into this one, Byron, it's not a safe bet according to the odds, but I'm going with a draw.
I would go for Sundowns, undoubtedly.
Mm-hmm.
Sundowns, their form this season has clearly shown what they are.
Yeah.
Unbeaten already.
Yeah.
So far this season. I think that they may just have a little too much for Chiefs. But of course, that's just our thoughts on what the information provides. What do you think? You think draw?
I think draw, but I would go in depth with my bet because I go in depth with my bets. You know? I break them down. With this one, the match result, I would go with the draw, but my bet would be that both teams will score. That's what I think my safest bet is. I'm not really sure with the odds, with the BTS, but definitely I would go with both teams to score.
I would also say that if you had to bet total goals under 2.5, I think would make sense because I don't see it being a high scoring game.
Yeah.
If anything, as you said, if it's a draw, I would say maybe 1 apiece.
1-1.
I think that's as far as it goes. I don't think it's going to be a big scoring draw because normally these big encounters, very rarely do you get the odd big scores, but more often than not, it's tight games. Tell us about the other one.
All right. Before I tell you about the other one, just to confirm the times and the venue, it is going to be at the FNB Stadium tomorrow afternoon, Saturday, the 2nd of September. Kickoff is scheduled to take place at 3 p.m. We have another game, the other semi-final this weekend on Sunday in Cape Town, all the way down in Cape Town. I know this is not a happy hunting ground for the Buccaneers. Cape Town. So Stellenbosch, they're bidding for their first ever cup final in their history. A lot of people have said a lot of things about Stellenbosch FC, but the one thing that is undeniable is the way that they've improved in the past 2 to 3 seasons. I think that is undeniable. I have friends in Cape Town who know about, how the football structure was formed and, a lot of politics that happened down there. So people in the Cape have, other sentiments about Stellenbosch FC, especially the young ballers and stuff. It's another conversation altogether.
Is Steve Barker still the head coach at Stellenbosch?
He's still the head coach there. He was very disappointed with the loss against Chiefs. They're coming off a loss. He's stressing about how his team always performs or outperforms the bigger teams, but does not seem to be able to attain the results. They don't seem to be able to grab the points. It is arguable because just as Mamelodi Sundowns and Kaizer Chiefs have met this season, Orlando Pirates have met Stellenbosch earlier on this season, and it was a very cold result for Orlando Pirates. They lost that game 1-0 against Stellenbosch. So Stellenbosch coming into this game, they should have that degree of confidence, against Orlando Pirates. It is obvious that, the bookmakers are gonna favor Pirates with this one. They stacked against Stellenbosch. 3.26 over 1 is a victory for Stellenbosch. 2.19 over 1 is the victory for Orlando Pirates, and the draw is 3 over 1.
So based on what you're saying and the fact that Stellenbosch beat Pirates the last time out 1-0, and the odds that you've just given us, I would undoubtedly take Stellenbosch to edge Pirates out. I know it's not a safe bet.
It's definitely not a safe bet, but it would pay out well.
Exactly.
If it does, turn out to be a Stellenbosch victory over Pirates, it's definitely one of those bets that will really pay out well. But there is that factor of revenge as well, taking into consideration that Pirates, they were not happy with that 1-0. They were not happy with a lot of decisions that the match officials had made in that game. And the fact that the game is in Cape Town again, it's the second time that Pirates are traveling down to Stellenbosch. The game was supposed to be played at the Darnie Craven Stadium, but it has been moved to the Athlone Stadium. As it has been anticipated that more fans are going to be there. So just to accommodate the numbers of the fans, these cups are very important to what I can call the big three in South Africa. Mamelodi Sundowns, Kaizer Chiefs, as well as Orlando Pirates. Very important for these three teams, and I know that as highly rated as Stellenbosch is at this current moment, I don't think that they have enough for Orlando Pirates.
So you say Pirates?
I say Pirates 2-0. I would go with under 2.5. If it goes for the goals, and I don't think that both teams are going to score.
Okay, and so just go back to Chiefs and Sundowns. What's your score prediction?
2-2.
2-0. Okay, I'd say Stellenbosch to win 1-0.
Okay.
and I'd say Sundowns to win 2-1. But match day 3, I think it is, in the Premier League this week.
Yeah.
And it's thrown up a few interesting ties, and we'll just highlight some of them for you. Firstly, Brighton are hosting Newcastle.
Ooh.
That is tomorrow at 6:30 our time in the evening. What a game this is going to be, because Newcastle have certainly spent considerably since their takeover.
Mm-hmm.
They've spent in this window as well. Some of the players that Newcastle have brought in: Sandro Tonali for £55 million. Harvey Barnes they brought from Leicester, £38 million. Tino Livramento from Southampton, £32 million as well.
Yeah.
So they've brought in a number of players, and I think it was unfortunate last week that they lost against Liverpool. I think Nunez just came out as a beast.
Oh.
And it was unfortunate for the Newcastle lost that one. But I do think that this match is going to be a cracker, because if I were to rate Brighton and Newcastle, I'd say they're kind of on the same level. Roberto De Zerbi's coaching is just phenomenal. What he's transformed Brighton into.
Man. When Potter left,
Yeah.
and Chelsea had acquired Potter, a lot of people had thought that is it for Brighton. They're gone, they're out. Now, looking at De Zerbi, what he has done with the team, he just took what Potter did and made it better. Brighton, they're one of the smartest teams.
Yeah.
When it comes to the football business, the business of football, these guys, they go out there and they acquire players for £2.1 million,
Yeah.
£4.2 million, £1.5 million, and the turnover in just a year or two, the player that they bought for less than £3 million is bought for £115 million.
Yeah.
Brighton is a very good football team. They're on the up and up. When you compare them now with Newcastle, back to last week's game, Byron, against Liverpool, they should have not lost that game.
Yeah.
After just 6 minutes, Trent Alexander-Arnold was already on a yellow card. Virgil van Dijk was trembling all over the place.
Yeah.
There's a young boy who was playing on the left flank, Anthony Gordon.
Yeah.
Oh, a firecracker and a half. So you look at the team, you look at the in the middle of the park, they've got you, Bruno Guimaraes, Tonali is just coming to it, running. He's hit the ground running. He's got the stats. He's got a couple of goals. I think he's got 2 goals so far in the league. Newcastle United versus Brighton. This is, for me, 2 of my currently favorite teams to watch.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I think these two definitely will be competing for top 4, top 6 spots in the Premier League, that's for sure. And the bookies agree with us, because there's not much difference in the margins that they're giving here.
Yeah.
Brighton are 2.6 to 1 to win, and Newcastle are 2.5 to 1. So not much of a difference there. Your better bet with this match is actually a draw, 3.8 to 1, which is not a bad bet, because thinking about the qualities of both teams, they could just cancel each other out. Of course, whenever they take the field, anything can happen, but on paper, it seems that it could be a draw.
A draw, for me, is the most likely result that we could get from this game. A draw, for me, is the most likely result, because both teams, they play fantastic football, attacking football, entertaining, and I don't think that the one will let the other, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't think that Newcastle will score a goal and Brighton will just sit back. I think that the attacks are going to be relentless.
Yeah, box to box.
Oh, both sides, box to box. There's a lot of dribbling that we're going to see there. They've got skillful players there. The defenses are not too bad at all for both teams.
I'd say 2-2.
2-2. I'll say 1-1.
Let's move over to Anfield. Aston Villa, very improved Aston Villa, will be visiting Anfield on Sunday at 3 o'clock. Liverpool's still trying to find their way, I suppose, this season. They've made a few signings, and they're kind of trying to still shape themselves. They got a great result last week, like we said, against Newcastle. Darwin Núñez coming off the bench and scoring 2. That was brilliant. But they're still kind of trying to find that form that got them to win the league. And also, there have been rumours. I know that the transfer window ends today, but there have been rumours that Mohamed Salah may be going to Saudi.
To Al Ittihad. That club is trying by all means to get the player in there. And they've gone as far as saying, look, if we don't get Salah, we're going to go for Joe Gomez. I'm not fully convinced with Liverpool as yet.
Yeah.
Especially defensively, no. They don't seem like they're gelling, you know.
Definitely think that Aston Villa can score there, especially with Ollie Watkins leading the line.
Yeah.
I think that Villa under Unai Emery is a different beast altogether than they were from Steven Gerrard.
Yeah.
So I do think it's going to be a good one. Giving you the odds here, Liverpool obviously favourites because at Anfield it will always be 1.6 to 1. And Villa is 4.4 to land the win at Anfield, with the draw also being 4.4.
Yeah.
Where would you go?
Look, with this one, if Aston Villa scores the first goal at Anfield, right? I think that it's going to be a draw. Taking into consideration that it is a home game for Liverpool.
Yeah.
Definitely Liverpool. I'm giving it the 3 points. I think that the final result for this game is going to be both teams will score. Most probably 3-1. I think Liverpool will score first.
So I would say Liverpool definitely edge that one. I would say maybe 2-1 for me.
2-1. It's not a bad prediction.
And then obviously the pick of the round is at the Emirates, where Arsenal are hosting Manchester United. This one on Sunday at 5:30. It'll be after that Liverpool game. By the way, Arsenal have won 4 of their last 5 home games against United league games, that is.
Yeah.
They've only drawn 1, so they haven't lost in their last 5 league games against United. United have lost 5 of their last 9 Premier League games against Arsenal.
Yeah, very encouraging stat for the Gunners. Arsenal fans out there looking at how the team performed last season, you know, qualifying for the Champions League, and just the overall improvement under Mikel Arteta. Definitely, the stats are not lying. A couple of years ago, you know, facing Man United used to be such...
It was a daunting thing. Yeah, it was a headache for Arsenal fans.
Facing any of the top 6 for an Arsenal fan. A few seasons ago, that it would be a weekend and a half, you know, weekend of pain or that surprise one once in a while. But, you know, last season, looking at the team this season and last season, not much has really changed in terms of the structure of the team. I know that we acquired, or rather Arsenal, I just gave myself away there. I am an Arsenal fan, but you know, they acquired Declan Rice in the middle of the park to kind of strengthen things, you know, to bring that stability that Thomas Partey sometimes he leaves that gaping hole sometimes with his injury proneness and stuff. So coming into this game, Man United are a more than decent team. I have nothing but respect for them. I'm not a fan, but you know, football is football. And under Erik ten Hag, they've also made their strides.
I do think though that Mikel Arteta needs to stop tinkering with the team, because playing Thomas Partey at right back is not working. Clearly it's not working.
Not working.
Last week they gave up 3 points against Fulham. It was for some reason he's benching Gabriel Magalhaes. I'm not sure why, but I'm hoping that this week against United he goes back to the flat 4 of Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko on the left and Ben White on the right, and play with Partey and Declan Rice in the middle, because that's what Declan Rice is brought in for, to partner up with, as you mentioned, with Partey, just to give him the added protection. So hopefully he does that, and if he does that, I would say that Arsenal will definitely come away with 3 points against United. So let's just give you the odds for Sunday's match. It is 1.7 for a home win, that's Arsenal. United are 4.2 to win that game. And it's 4-1 for a draw. So where would you go?
Because I'm an Arsenal fan, my heart is with Arsenal. But I'm going to be realistic about this one, right? Man United are not to be underestimated. Not now. You know, if it was Man United early on last season when they were still struggling and they had that whole Ronaldo saga, and a lot of things were happening behind the scenes. It seems like everything has been swept up now and they're really looking like a good team. So to just throw it to Arsenal like that, I don't think that it would be, as a football analyst, I don't think it's that realistic.
Before you give a score, Rafael Varane will miss out, so will Mason Mount and Luke Shaw. 3 players out for United on Sunday.
3 key players out for United.
So now what's your prediction?
Win, draw. Win draw. When we bet, we do have that option.
Yeah.
Of double
Win
play,
draw.
win draw. So I would give it to Arsenal or draw at home. I don't see Man United winning, but I do see them at least getting a point.
Score prediction?
Score prediction: if it is not a 1-1 draw, it's going to be a 2-1 victory for Arsenal.
Yeah, I'll go with the 2-1 to Arsenal as well. I think they still need to sort some stuff out in the defense. So conceding at home has been a regular thing. And, so I do think United will score. Yeah, we'll see you on Sunday. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in as well. We will obviously find out how the weekend goes, and good luck if you are placing your bets as well.